Supply chains. Until the pandemic struck, most of us gave them little thought, apart from those working in shipping and procurement. But then we were hit with the reality that critical supplies for healthcare and much more came from one country, China, presenting the need to diversify.
These supply chains are complicated. Your viewers know this from the business world that, look, the semiconductor value chain, it stretches across the globe and goes around at least 3 times.
Now companies and countries are moving quickly to reinforce and diversify their supply chains, with President Biden this week announcing a White House Council on Supply Chain Resilience.
Let me be clear. To any corporation that's not brought their prices back down, even as inflation's come down, even as supply chains have been rebuilt, it's time to stop the price gouging.
And with the new emphasis on alternative suppliers comes the movement of capital and investment, creating investment alternatives to China.
I think some of the emerging markets outside of China have done relatively well. These include places like India, include places like Indonesia, Mexico, Brazil, and even some places in Eastern Europe like Greece and even Poland. These countries have done well. Still relatively small to absorb too much capital, but you can see that this sort of new era is beginning. It takes a while.
One of the beneficiaries is Mexico, whether it's in trade.
The main issue with China is exports. They've declined significantly in terms of what they export to the U.S. over the last 5 years. And that, I think until they can turn that around, that's going to be an issue. And there's other countries that are benefiting from this, like Mexico with its nearshoring.
Or in real estate.
I would say there's great opportunity is in Mexico in the industrial space, and particularly along the border. And you have a lot of multinational companies that are located there looking for logistics and distribution type space.
Or in manufacturing.
There are going to be markets that kind of, in Mexico, where more things are being made there again, and some of the restrictions that have been applied to China have benefited the Mexican economy.
Putting Mexico high on Jamie Dimon's list of investment opportunities.
We've doubled or tripled our capital here in the last 6 years. We cover more clients in private banking, investment banking, asset management. So our commitment is total. I think it's one of the great opportunities. I'd put Mexico, if you had to pick a country, this might be the #1 opportunity.